How's it going, Adam?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Good. You can see and hear me okay?
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
totally.
Cool. Thanks for taking the time to do this. I saw the movie at Brooklyn Horror and I really
Oh,
liked it.
cool. Thanks for going.
Yeah, and I didn't know anything about it. I just signed up for, the log line, which was Dawn of the Dead meets The Breakfast Club, and it kind of is that, but it's also so much more than that. And I saw that you didn't just direct it, you adapted it from the book. So tell me what about the source material made you want to like go full bore into this?
I just saw myself in the lead character in many ways
Mm,
because I dealt with stuff in high school as well and depression, and I was like a way to deal with it in my own way, and I understood it, right? So I could speak to it, I felt. So I just was like, okay, I've always wanted to make a zombie movie, always. I made my first short film was a zombie movie called Somber Zombie. It's on YouTube.
mm,
You can check it out.
I
But
will.
yeah, so I was always looking for that to make a zombie movie. I've always had an affinity for them, and seeing that come together, the emotional component and that, I just was like, okay, I understand this, I understand how to adapt this, I can navigate this, and I think it's a story worth telling. So
Mm.
that's what it was. And then again, like to find that hope in the end, which the book has, and hoping I feel the film has as well.
Yeah, definitely. And it's so funny to me that it's the film itself, there are moments of humor, but it's not full on funny. It's like, there's no montage of the kids raiding all the lockers in the high school and like trashing classrooms. It's like, no, it's the zombie apocalypse. We're afraid. We're gonna lay out some cots in the cafetorium or like the gymnasium, and that's it. It felt so real.
Mhm.
Or I mean, zombies aren't real as far as we know, but like it sort of felt like that's what anyone at that time, at that age, would do in that situation. And you have a great ensemble cast, and I was wondering if you did anything to sort of like set the mood with them. Like, did you make them bond? Were there rehearsals, anything like that?
They luckily Olivia knew Froy already from Cruel Summer,
Hmm.
and I knew Cordian from Slasher season 4. I worked with him, and I thought he'd be perfect for the character, Carrie. But I had a good feeling they would gel, they would get along, and they did. I mean, like they got along really, really well. I think they became good friends. Um, but no, the one I mean, I just prefaced it like honestly, I prefaced it like we have no time.
Yeah.
There's 19 days of shooting. That's it,
Wow.
19. And it's 10 plus 1 days. That's meaning there's 10 hours of shooting only, and they pull the plug kind of thing. We went
Hmm.
overtime sometimes, obviously, to get the
Hmm.
day in locations, but it was very difficult. And I was telling them about that at times, just like it's going to be a difficult shoot. It's going to be winter, it's going to be cold.
Hmm.
Um, but they were game, they did it. And then yeah, well, I did tell some characters, like Carson McCormack, who plays Trace. I said you got to watch Super Dark Times, which was a movie that I
Mm.
big
Love
inspiration to.
that movie. That
Me,
you
me
feel
too.
the season like in that movie, the
Yeah.
fall going into winter.
Oh
Yeah.
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 I think the movie, like I was talking about it earlier, but that movie's a masterpiece to me. I showed
Hmm.
it in film school, kind of thing. I said, listen, because people come in too, like you have to the tone. They don't know so much. Like they get the book, maybe they read the book, the actors, they read the script, but sometimes they come on with their own idea, and they're in a different mood. They're in a different tone. Maybe it's lighter. Maybe they're just not, they're not as like grounded as I would hope to be in this certain scene, even if it's like a benign scene. Like it's always have this undercurrent of heaviness, which that
Hmm.
film does. So I showed that film. I told them to watch the
Hmm.
film. Said the tone. This is a perfect idea for the tone, and the acting is so good in that film, and it was great because like even Carson, he came on set when he's like, "Oh, I totally get it, I get it," and then he's
Hmm.
like, and man, he was there because he I feel of all the characters, you could just plant him into that movie, and you can
Yeah.
never tell. Trace and Trace, those
Hmm.
two could never, they'd fit right
Hmm.
in. That and Olivia, I was like sending music to get inspired or whatever. She was doing a lot
Hmm.
of her own homework, obviously, and she came very prepared. But I was like, "Oh, listen to, the song from Garbage Valve. You guys, you listen to Cold Chamber, you listen to
Hmm.
Deftones, this was I was your age. I was a bit younger in 98. This is
Hmm.
what you were listening to. You and your sister were into this kind of music. And we were lucky because we got, some of the bands that gave us their t-shirts or whatever, their posters on the wall.
Posters. Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that could be inspiring too, and also
Hmm.
our composers from a band, Bring Me the Horizon, Lee Malia, who I love.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
wow. Oh,
yeah.
cool.
This is my third film with him. So talented. He's so talented, and I'm very lucky that he's part of it. But I would even like he was the best man because like if we want like he made sometimes he'll make the rock song coming from the radio. I'll be like, oh, I don't know if we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get the Deftones, if you feel like trying something. And he's like, yeah, man. And he pulls out this song when they're driving in the car, and like, what the fuck? Like, you have a real
Hmm.
guy who understands,
That
that.
really specific sliver of like not
Yeah,
quite new metal, but new metal was on the
yeah,
rise. So
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, he was awesome. Yeah, because the other
yeah.
movies we were like more synth, strings and
Hmm.
synth, some odd sounds and stuff like that. But this is the first
Hmm.
movie I was telling him, he may want to let out the guitar in this one and be
Hmm.
fun. But yeah, he nailed it. So I'd say, oh, they would hear the music too, even from him, and they would get inspired, right? So,
Hmm.
did you try to inspire the cast as any way you can?
Yeah, totally. And uh so I mean I know that it's indie filmmaking, it's very run and gun, but you make this not just the school, but the suburban landscape outside of the school just looks like a wasteland. Like it's during the day and it's still empty and terrifying. I mean, aside from getting people to stay in their houses, could you sort of talk about how you captured that mood of like, don't step outside because this is out there?
Sorry, I'm just laughing because yeah,
It's okay, I'm funny.
no, 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 I'm laughing because uh okay. So I say this with love, a
Mhm.
deep appreciation and a deep love for this place. But there's some parts of Hamilton, Ontario, and I love you, Hamilton. I've worked there. I love it. I've stayed there for months. It's like a second home where there's area where you can walk out and that's it. You don't have to do anything. I'm not joking. So
Nice.
yeah, that's what it felt like. I mean, obviously the weather helped that way, but there was like
Hmm.
moments where I was like worried, like, oh, we're gonna have to worry about bogeys or background and all that stuff. And they walk out of the school, it's like no, it's like that's what it is. There's a dog in the window barking. That's the real dog in the window barking. We just captured it. So
That's perfect.
Hamilton was a perfect backdrop for this. So
What,
thank you, Hamilton. I love you.
yeah, whatever saves on production design, Hamilton, all
That's
the
one of the reasons
way.
why I chose
Yeah.
it too, because I want like it's a
Yeah.
blue collar town, like
Hmm.
and where Hamilton is, it's a steel town, and they have their
Hmm.
football team, the Tiger Cats, and like they're classic, it's that classic city, and a small town city kind of thing, hybrid. That's what Cortege is in a way. So it
Hmm.
was the perfect backdrop for the movie.
Yeah, I'll say. And I mean, so I want to go back to 1998 for a second. December 1998, because I'm a nerd, I remember I was watching The Faculty in the movie theater in California. I was 13 years old. What were you like in 1998, and how did who you were
You were
influence?
13 in 1998?
Yeah, I know. I've looked like this since I was
No, I
16,
know,
but
no,
yeah,
no, I know, but
yeah.
I'm like, it's fine. I don't say, I don't mean to be rude at all. But I'm just
No, no, you're not.
I just go, man, I'm so old.
Oh,
Fair
I get there for I'm so old. Look at all the media that I've amassed. But I
enough.
mean, take me back, I should say, to the mystery files of Shelby Woo. As IMDb tells me, that is your credit.
Unbuckle my seatbelt. I got a parachute. I was on that show. I had right?
I know, yeah, no, I
Oh,
saw
okay,
it. That was
okay.
I'm like, so you're young enough to like be immersed in the culture in 1998. I mean, who were you and what did 1998 Adam like bring to this movie about 1998 teenagers?
Oh, wow. First of all, The Faculty, I saw it too. 1998. I was 21, 22. And if have you did you notice the inspiration in the movie? Because it's one of the films that I leaned on. Did
No,
you
well,
notice
no, when I
anything?
heard of the time period, I bet it was. I mean, the kids
Okay.
in the school, but what did I miss?
There's two things that are very clearly an homage to it, or just like a wink, or say a little nod. Is
Uh,
in the classroom it says "kill your television" on the
uh,
so that's directly from
uh,
the movie.
uh,
Holly, our good production designer, actually, she knew that what that movie was an inspiration, so she thought, "Oh, why don't we use that?" I thought it was brilliant. And also, Froy Reese's wardrobe is that the character's name's wardrobe in that
uh,
movie. The lead, the guy who's selling the drugs and everything.
oh,
Uh,
Zeke? I
yes,
have to
they're
rewatch
they're
that.
wearing
Okay.
the exact same outfit for that reason. Just to say,
Huh.
hey, thanks for making the faculty. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
in 1998, I was second year and getting into acting more. Got kind of picked up like came out of my own depression at that time, and then kind of woke up and found a new life, and that was part of it in 1998. I was found acting, and then got really lucky and started working as an actor, and then I was in Montreal because I'm from Montreal originally. I was living downtown, had a great group of friends, and yeah, I was doing in 1998. I did Mystery Files of Shelby Woo. I did Running Home, I think, another movie, and I was about to do, I think, Audrey Hepburn story. So yeah, I was just, I was in heaven. But I was in high school. So in Mystery Files Shabu, I played this guy Danny in high school, a troublemaker in high school. And when we were shooting the movie, it was like, wow, like in 1980, I'm here shooting in high school, and I used to be an actor around their age, playing an acting in my movie, and it was just like this, like, like, oh my God, so perverse, you know? How can I-
Yeah. You're a guy
Very
directing a
nostalgic.
dude. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
you go
imagine.
say it. Go ahead,
Yeah,
finish that.
you're directing a dude, playing a dude, thinking as another dude. Like it's just like a Russian
Yes.
nesting doll of like, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah, no,
there was a moment I was standing there before one of the takes and looking at everything and like how the set deck was and everything, and I was like, wow, this is bringing me back to like yeah, that time in
yeah.
1998.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's awesome. I just have one more question for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You made first of all, congrats on the Vinegar Syndrome release of Outcome the Wolves, by the way. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to picking that
Cool,
up.
eh?
Yeah, as you can tell, I love it when a film gets a physical release. So
Me
I love that
too.
it's on my shelf. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
meant a lot. I was like, ah, Shutter put it out through them, and I was so
Mm.
happy.
Awesome. But I wanted to ask, so This Is Not a Test is a good zombie movie in the year of our Lord 2026. That's not easy to do. I mean, it's not easy to make any movie ever, but zombies have been done to death. I said the line. But you said you've always been interested in zombie movies. We love a good zombie movie, but how do you make a good zombie movie that is distinct when we've seen so much of it, especially in the wake of The Walking Dead? How do you present it to the world and make it your own?
I think the answer is in the question. I think it's making it your own,
Mm,
honestly. It sounds simple, but to go, if you're constantly going to compare the film to other films and just, oh, we'll just make it like they did in Night of the Living Dead, we'll just make it like what they did in 28 Days Later, or if you keep
mhm,
doing it that way, you're going to end up with the same result. Or if these zombies are just enough, if the zombies
mhm,
are just enough, because it's the story, and it's how you tell that story. I mean, I can't express that enough. Sometimes you get a script, you can tell the story a million different ways. It's like it's in the telling of the story. You can have a really good script, and if it's not depicted the right way, it could fall flat. It could be terrible. And they think, oh,
mhm,
it's done, it's perfect. No, so you have to personalize it. And it's hard to do that in a way because you have to face yourself every day when you're shooting it and being honest with yourself. And if I'm not as right working on it, if I'm not moved every day, I'm not feeling it every day. If the action works, if I'm feeling that visceral component, then I know that's working, and the balance of the emotional, then I know I have something that will draw you in, and you'll see it's more than just, we'll say, another zombie movie, and that's the hope. Because if the lore is like it's almost calcified, the lore is almost calcified. We know these people, we know the zombies. The sadness too was an influence. I thought that was a brilliant
mm,
movie, right? So there's
yeah.
always room. So they spoke, they were different, but like they changed a lot of like the lore, yes, but not really like the story. The story we've seen a lot, but this one they did it well. But it was the lore, it's how the zombies were that was so unique. That's
Mhm.
less so in this one. I feel like it's more about the people that are involved in it is something different, is something we haven't seen. This kind of girl going through a depression and coming out of it while she's at the end of the world is something I've
Mhm.
never seen, something I want to see depicted. So you have to
Mhm.
just infuse your own style into it. That's the best way you can differentiate yourself from the other movies.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
you hope it's good. But you hope it's good
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah,
So
of course,
like
of
yeah,
course.
because you can't like yeah, I feel it's a good movie, but it's not.
Mhm.
It's the audience that's going to decide that.
Well, I'm going to decide for the audience right now. It is a
Yes.
good
All right.
movie,
Thank you.
and I'm just going to stop recording right